My name is Jerry Harvey. I am a permitted wildlife rehabilitator and educator by the state of Tennessee and USDA. Opie Acres is a wildlife rehabilitation center that I opened close to 10 years ago. Um, and we are probably one of the largest in the southeast United States that deals with mainly possums. We started out, I started out actually hoping to be just kind of a overflow intake of possums because a lot of rehabs would not take them at the time because of all the misunderstandings of what they were about and what they did and what they didn't do and what their behaviors were. So, being the most overlooked animal, I decided I was going to take care of them. So, one of the biggest things that we see in the spring is animals coming in that are orphaned because the mom has been killed, and that can be a raccoon, it can be a skunk, it can be a squirrel, it can be an opossum. Because people find these animals in their attics, or they hear them in their attics, or in their fireplaces, garages, so on and so forth. And the first instinct is to kill that nuisance, get rid of whatever it is, instead of taking the simple advice of removing that dark, quiet, happy place that they're looking to raise their children. And that's easily done by placing a light in the attic, or mothballs, or a loud radio, something like that. um, that first instinct is to kill. And the odd thing about that is every single time they say, oh, we killed this raccoon or we killed this opossum, we didn't know she had babies and we feel so sorry for the babies. People have got to start understanding that wildlife is not the nuisance. Wildlife is not the problem. We are the ones that are taking away, their places to live. We are the ones that are taking away their natural food sources. We literally spend our entire lives 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We miss holidays and birthdays and special occasions. We get distance from our families because, we are all we have. This is all we do every day, all day long.
So I'm Christina. I'm one of the permitted wildlife rehabilitators here at Opie Acres. Although I've not always been a permitted rehabber, I started here as a volunteer um, about 4 years ago. I found Opie Acres on Facebook, had no clue that there was a wildlife rehabilitation center right here in Chattanooga. I love the fact that they specialize obviously in Tennessee native wildlife and small mammals. I was looking for something at the time. I lost my son, and right around that time, I really needed something. I was kind of lost and in a really bad place. My son was an animal lover as well. And so I came here with the intentions of volunteering 1 day a week on Saturdays, 4 hours. And 3 years later, I now live here. I worked really, really hard to get my permit. And can't imagine doing anything different. Um, we can't operate here without our volunteers. It's not possible. Okay, so when looking for volunteers, we're definitely looking for somebody that's empathetic. We obviously want huge animal lovers. You almost have to be to do this job. We're looking for somebody that cares about the environment, somebody that truly has a passion for Tennessee's native wildlife, people that see that there is a purpose for them to be here, and want to help our mission in continuing that purpose with us and them. We need somebody that is dedicated and can show up when they say they're going to show up on shift. These are live animals that literally depend on us for everything. We have people that come 1 day a week, 4 hours a week. We have some people that are here 3 or 4 days a week. All of those people serve an amazing purpose.
To be a volunteer at Opie Acres, you have to have a incredible work ethic. First of all, you have to be very dedicated. You have to be very hardworking. Because most people think, and we see it every year when we try to bring volunteers in for spring, most people think that being a volunteer with wildlife means that you're going to be snuggling animals and playing with the animals. And there is some of that. But 85–90% of being a volunteer at Opie Acres is, very hot work in the summer, very cold work in the winter, washing dishes outside, no matter what the weather is. Cleaning up a lot of poop from a lot of different animals, and it's climbing up and down hills and being muddy and dirty, and still loving what you're doing because of the rewards that you're getting from it and what you're giving to the animals in turn. So, but it takes a lot of hard work.